so today's hot minute free writing prompt is up on the board. I'm going to give you just a hot minute to work on that. Any thoughts that you have about the topic of whether teachers should be armed in the classroom? Our district has had a couple of incidences in the past couple of weeks, as you know, with teenagers, even fifth graders, bringing guns to school. This is all over the media right now, and I think it's something that we can think about. Okay, so I'll be back with you in just a minute. Okay, so you can go ahead and tuck those away for now. We'll come back to those in a little while. Today we are going to write a clear 3-point thesis statement. We're going to define thesis. We will know we have it when we've written a 3-point thesis statement that states our opinion and the reasons why we have that opinion. So we already did our free write prompt. We will do some, just a couple of quick notes over writing a thesis statement. We'll go ahead and individually write our statements, and then we will have our thesis throwdown. Come on, it's going to be exciting. Come on. All right. So the first thing that we're going to do, guys, is we're going to go ahead and just get out a piece of paper for our binders where we keep our notes. If you need a pencil, there's one up there, and I'll go ahead and post those notes up. Okay, here we go. All right, and as always, guys, you don't have to write these word for word. You're free to put it into your own words just so it makes more sense to you. Okay, so thesis statements. The first thing that we're going to do is just talk about what a thesis statement does, okay? By the way, does anybody remember thesis statements from last year? Anybody remember that? Yeah, and any good memories of thesis statements? If you remember, like from elementary and middle school, you would have heard words like the main idea or a controlling idea, and that's kind of what a thesis is, okay? It summarizes your position. It acts as a roadmap for your essay. It tells the reader what the essay is about, and it helps to organize the essay. So those are the things that your thesis statement will accomplish, okay? Now, can you guys think of any reason why you would need to know why you should write a thesis statement? How to write a thesis statement? Anywhere that you might use that? Yeah, it's the start of an essay, right? And also you're learning a skill to organize ideas. Is there any time when you would need to maybe argue a point? Maybe off in the future sometime, or maybe even right now. Maybe there's a policy here at the school that you don't like and you'd like to go to the school board about it. To be able to organize ideas about a topic and argue a case. So this is a good format to get yourself organized. Make sense?
It's a job, like you would need to, if there's a problem, you would need to be able to have some type of way to do that.
Yeah, exactly. Good example. Okay, your thesis statement can be 1 or 2 sentences long. Okay, chocolate is better than vanilla because it has more flavor, is more universally preferred, and is proven to improve moods. So that's a 1-sentence thesis statement. Or chocolate is clearly better than vanilla. Not only does it have more flavor, but it is universally preferred and even proven to improve moods. So see how you said the same thing but a different way with 2 different sentences? So you have a couple of options when you're writing your thesis statement. Okay? Thesis statements are found, I think you said it earlier, in the introduction of the essay. Okay? If it was at the bottom, it probably wouldn't do its job, right, of letting us know what the essay is about and what our opinion is. Okay, now this is the all-time big secret, the thesis statement secret formula. Shh, don't tell anybody. Okay, so a thesis statement has a model that you're going to follow, kind of like a math problem. Your opinion, which is your claim, plus your reasons or your evidence equals your thesis statement. Okay, this will be a good thing to write down, guys, because sometimes it's hard to conceptualize that. These words just kind of seem like these abstract things floating around. But if you can, put it into something like this, an equation, then hopefully that'll help you when you construct your thesis statement. Okay? Everybody tracking? Yes. Any questions? Okay? All right. A 3-point thesis is the strongest. Now, in the past, you guys have maybe been asked to provide 1, maybe 2 reasons why you have a certain opinion. And now we're going to move our writing into a kind of a more complex direction where you're going to be required to come up with 3 points, okay? So basically, you're going to need 3 reasons why you believe what you believe, okay? Now there is kind of a secret another secret I want to share with you guys, and we can go ahead and catch the lights back on at this point. And so it's called the "What are you feeding me" fork strategy. Okay, so this is something you can do in your notes. You're just going to draw a fork. Okay, your opinion is going to go on the handle. So if my opinion is chocolate is better than vanilla, and the reasons why, reason A, reason B, reason C, whatever those reasons we just said were, okay? So makes sense? What are you feeding me? So now every time you guys pick up a fork, you're going to think about this, right? What are you feeding me? Okay? So those are just some tips on how to construct and organize your thesis statement. All right, and so the next thing that we're going to do, guys, you can go ahead and get a fresh piece of paper out, and you can go back to your hot minute, your warm-up, and just kind of review what you wrote. What we're going to do is we're going to write a thesis statement about the prompt, which was what? Who remembers the prompt?
Should teachers be armed?
Yeah, should teachers be armed in the classroom, right? So I'm going to give you guys just a couple of minutes to construct a thesis statement about whether or not teachers should be armed in the classroom, okay? When we're done with that, you can confer with your group, and then we're going to do a little activity, okay? You guys are free to use your personal devices if you need to look anything up, do some research. You're free to talk amongst each other quietly. Now remember, guys, yesterday we did the research. We started doing the research on this topic, so just remember some of those things that you were reading as you were getting ready to move forward in the writing process. Hopefully some of you will remember the things that you learned yesterday as you were researching this topic. All right, that's time. So now we are going to move into Thesis throwdown. Now hold on, as soon as my commercial's done. All right, guys, so this is a thesis throwdown. What we're going to do is we're going to talk amongst ourselves and evaluate each other's thesis statements. You guys, as a group, will decide which one is the best representation of a thesis statement. Once you've decided which person in your group has the best thesis statement, that person will come up to the board, they'll write their statement on the board, and then we'll go from there, and I'll pick a winner. And just so you know, first place gets 2 Tootsie Rolls, but don't worry, second place, you'll get 1 Tootsie Roll. So no one's walking away empty-handed today, okay? All right, so I'm going to give you about 5 minutes to just everybody read your thesis statements to each other, read them out loud. That helps you decide if they make sense. You're going to watch for conventions like grammar, capitalization, punctuation. Those things are going to count, okay? And make sure that you've got all the elements that we talked about with your thesis statement. All right? And go. Now I know not everyone's going to have the same viewpoint on this, so remember it's not about whose viewpoint is right so much as who's able to write the strongest thesis statement, okay? So be deciding who's going to come to the board to write these. All right, so now I'm going to give you guys just a couple of seconds to come on up and write them down. Grab a marker. Come grab a marker, here we go. One for you. Who will it be?
Let's get ready to rumble!
Really feeling this music.
I know.
Y'all ready for this?
Go. All right, we've got about 10 seconds left. Get that thesis up on the board. right, pens down. Okay, here we go, guys. We're going to take a look and see what we have. All right, so team 1 over here. Teachers should not be armed. So that's your clear opinion. Reasons are that a student council... Is that my timer?
You still have the element.
Okay. Reasons are that a student could take the gun, who's gonna pay, and teacher may not be a good shot. Okay, so we have reason number 1, reason number 2, reason number 3. Okay, over here. Now, what I was looking for was a thesis statement, and so kind of what I got was an outline. But let's take a look and see what they came up with. A teacher should not be armed because it's an unsafe environment. It adds more stress on the teachers. And 3, there are risk factors. Okay, so you guys, you got your opinion out there. You got your 3 reasons out there. But what we're missing over here is the construction of a sentence. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and come back over here. Now, you guys, we probably could have had better handwriting for this one, so I could read it a little bit more. But because you guys constructed your sentence correctly, all the elements are there, I'm going to declare you the thesis throwdown winners. All right, so you guys can go ahead and come up and grab 2 Tootsie Rolls apiece. Second place, don't worry, you did a good job. You got part of those elements in there. Grab a piece. And we're going to just talk a little bit about tomorrow before we dismiss. So go ahead and come and grab your prizes. Don't be shy. So tomorrow what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to take this thesis statement and we're going to turn it into an outline for our persuasive essay on whether or not teachers should be armed in the classroom, okay? So we're going to outline our essays. We're going to start or continue the research if anybody needs to do a little more digging before they make their points. And then we're going to begin our rough draft writing. Now remember, your persuasive essay is due on April 5th, so you've got a lot of time. Don't panic, okay? Does anybody have any questions for me? Okay, I'll take your warm-ups and then you're dismissed.